Oh boy, this is a wild one. We start on April 6th at Rolling Prairie. On this day, I was here to catch NS-27G with the then brand new 8183 Chicago Landmark unit in the lead. This was its first time running on the Chicago line, so needless to say, it was a priority to catch. It didn't take very long before we started seeing action, but not on the rails. This truck rolled up carrying a front loader. Later, the front loader got off the truck and rolled down the side of the rails. They were moving ties from one side of the crossing to the other. That will be important later. Anyways, it was about a half-hour wait before our first train, and as per the Rolling Prairie curse, it was a westbound coal train. After the first train passed, the truck rolled up to the crossing, and they were making some crazy maneuvers to try and get onto the road. We realized that the car was probably blocking the truck's way, but before I could go over there to explain what we were doing and move the car, 277 appeared, with a nice ACC trailing third. It was also really, really short. So, after 277 passed, I walked over to the other side of the tracks and talked to the Norfolk Southern maintenance guys. And to paraphrase what they said, it was basically, oh yeah, you can railfan here like any other day, but we're doing so much work that you guys are going to have to move. Just move down to the next crossing, no one will bother you there. So we got back into the car and headed over to Highway 20. But the turn where we were supposed to get onto that road was closed. So we had to pull a U-turn and go back. As you can see on this map, that meant we had to go back over the crossing. And guess what? 27G was right there! So we pulled off on the other side of the crossing where they weren't working, and I jumped out of the car and ran across the road. And normally I would have had plenty of time to set up for a shot because it wasn't that close, but I tripped on a rock. And totally, definitely didn't sprain my ankle or anything. And it hurt. A lot. And somehow, I still pulled off a really good shot. After that absolute catastrophe, it took me a while to recover. Physically. Mentally, I was back on track. Pun definitely intended. And because of that, I wanted to go rail fanning again. And on April 11th, it was a nice day outside for the first time in a while, but nothing particular was running. So instead of going out with a specific goal in mind, I went out with my buddy Private Panzer. Now this guy is a rail fan, but he doesn't actually post his videos because his channel is a military-focused channel. He sends me all of his train footage, and I promise that one of these days I'll make a video with his footage in it, but that's a long time in the future because I've got other projects to do, including this one. Great, I'm yapping. Anyways, we made it to the depot at around 2 p.m., and the first train we saw was CPKC 730 heading eastbound. And not only did it have an unrebuilt CP Old Beaver AC-44 leading, the crew also gave us an absolutely awesome horn salute. It was a while before we got our next train, which was 28X, also heading east with some Norfolk Southern junk. However, as the end rolled out of sight, we saw that it was meeting with a westbound. And then, this happened.
Watch, it's gonna be a G.
Ace!
It's an ace? Not garbage.
Yep, an NS Ace number 1001 was leading the westbound, which was 27G again, funnily enough. I wanted to see this exact unit for years because I own it as a model, and I have since 2021. I'm upset I didn't actually know it was coming, because then I could have brought in the model and gotten, like a real-life basis passing model shot, which would have been really cool, but I'm glad I saw it at all. Also, someone chalked UP next to the NS reporting marks. Whoever that was, thanks for reminding me of our impending doom. After that passed, we crossed the tracks for better lighting and then waited for like an hour for the next train. Debatably, it wasn't worth it, but the last train was still really cool because it was another Ace leader leading an eastbound manifest, which I'm pretty sure is 30Q, but don't quote me on that. And for the final and most insane rail fanning outing in this video, we have April 18th. Oh boy. Now on this day I had planned for several weeks to go to Purdue Lafayette's Bug Bowl. I like bugs. They're cool. So I wanted to go to that event. However, on the same day that event was scheduled, none other than NS 955, the Monopolization Express, was scheduled to come through, which was 2 NS Landmark units, ironically enough with the 8183 leading, foreshadowing, hauling 12 Union Pacific cars so the UP executives can go and look at Norfolk Southern before they buy them and ruin the entire industry. Anyways, with this being a super historic move that'll probably never happen again, I had to see it. And when I woke up at around 7 a.m., it was already in Kendallville, oh god! So I called my aunt, and as soon as it passed Elkhart, we rushed to the depot to try and see it. And immediately got jump scared by a random eastbound manifest. Yep, your eyes do not deceive you. That is not only a high and wide move, but it's also the fracked breast cancer awareness flat car. I've always asked for more pink trains, and here it is. This was genuinely my favorite catch on this day. I think I like it more than the Monopolization Express, actually. The best catches are the ones you don't expect. After that, the first of the 2 morning Amtraks came. This one is 40, the Floridian. Normally I can't catch these because I'm not a morning person, but I was up early on this day, so I was able to see them. After that, I crossed the tracks just in time for CPKC 230 with an unrebuilt AC-44 Duo. You see, the reason I crossed the tracks was because 230 was an eastbound, and if I had been on the other side and 955 had come while 230 was passing, then it would have gotten blocked. But now that 230 had cleared, I wanted a better shot of 955 since you could get closer on the other side. So we made our way back, and we had to pass over the crossing. And guess what? As we did, we saw 955 right there. Again. It's the same unit too. Oh my god, this better not become a trend beyond this. Anyways, enough yapping. We rushed to the depot spot and definitely didn't drive at criminal speeds past the police station and barely made it to the main depot parking lot, and I jumped and ran out of the car to get my shot of the Monopolization Express. I did get a pretty decent one considering the circumstances, but still. After that, we still weren't done because there were more unique coaches to see. Tailing right behind the Monopolization Express was Amtrak 49, the Lakeshore Limited, and in tow behind the regular Amtrak cars, there were 2 absolutely beautiful Northern Pacific North Coast Limited dome cars. With that mission complete, we headed to Bug Bowl. However, because this is US 421, we saw a bunch of trains along the way. Starting with this random CSX manifest that appeared out of nowhere with 2 engines and is reversing for some reason. Absolutely no idea what happened here. Along the way, we also saw this small CSX yard with some maintenance equipment in it. And on the way back, we stopped in Monon to get pictures of this caboose, which is on display in downtown, as well as this random CSX local that was tied down just north of town with a single ES40 DC for power. And that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and make sure to catch those units while you can, especially the landmark units, and try not to get caught off guard by them. And make sure to come back next time. Wait, that's my old catchphrase. I keep doing this. I keep leaving these mistakes in the videos. Is this funny? Is this comedy? Do you guys like this? I'm going through existential crisis is what I should put in my videos. Anyway, see you in the next video. Goodbye.